Hey, welcome to another episode of Dirty Talk Vegas, where we talk to the bold,
stories unfold,
from the young to the old,
and nothing's off limits to be told.
I'm Essie, aka Tornado Head, because I'm gonna keep your head what? Spinning.
And you know I'm your girl Carlucci. You can talk to me about everything, including your coochie or whatever else you have on your mind. This is Dirty Talk. Boop, boop.
Hey.
Welcome. Salutations, everybody. Greetings.
What's up, boo?
Oh, what a week. It's been a week, has it not?
Yes, and I just love your moon. You got the moon on you.
Moon and the stars.
And the stars. I love it. There's so much that's been going on under the moon and the stars this past week. I was like, let's just you and I talk it out, because it's just time for some girl talk right now. Like,
we needed to do a solo
girl talk. Like,
yeah,
it's getting crazy out here. So I poured a glass of wine and I am ready to just like go in on it. Like, what's the scoop of what's going down?
Let me see. What do I got? I got my JMO.
Got kneecaps and everything else.
I got my JMO.
She got Jameson. Right. Okay.
Oh, did you like my knee? Sexy knee.
I'm trying to do tonight, but
you're being classy.
I am. It's from France.
I'm being sassy.
Hey, classy and sassy. I love it. Hey, whatever works. Whatever gets you there. Okay. Yeah. Hey. Uh-oh. Stop. So we needed the glasses of wine to start first and foremost on some serious topics that's going on.
Right. And, tonight we're gonna pour out a little liquor for the homies, which is why I got my JMO. I'm gonna take a shot for a special young lady, Shaquilla Robinson. You guys might have heard about this story in the news or on your social media, on your page or whatever. And it's actually a super sad story. So WCNC Charlotte reported on November 20th, 2022, that Shaquilla Robinson, the 25-year-old Charlotte woman who mysteriously died in Cabo during a trip to Mexico with friends, she has actually been laid to rest. A horse-drawn carriage brought Robinson's casket to the Macedonia Baptist Church, and hundreds of people attended her celebration of life services. Everyone wore pink in her honor, as well as bracelets and pins with Robinson's photo. They talked about how humble and sweet she was and how genuine. One of her longtime friends came on camera and said that she was a kind soul and that she was her daddy's little girl. And just hundreds of people gathered to show support for the family. Also, donations have been pouring in from all over the place. A GoFundMe was started by Robinson's family, and they raised $340,000. And this includes a donation by the Brooklyn Nets player Kyrie Irving to the tune of $65,000. So shout out to Kyrie Irving doing the right thing. Supporting this family in their time of need, because I can't even imagine sending my daughter away on vacation with her friends and then she doesn't even come back. And when she does end up back in the United States, it's in a casket with a broken neck and all kinds of stuff going on. So
listen, that is the most craziest shit ever. Like, I know, like, I have an older daughter and she went on vacation not too long ago to the concert, that the Rolling Out Loud that just is going around right now on tour. Mm-hmm. I know she was just like, Mom, please. But I was like, who are you going with? Like, she was driving from Oklahoma to Florida. So I was really like, okay, like, what's going on? Where are you going? Like, where are you stopping? What Airbnb are you gonna be at? Like I wanted all the
All
details.
the details.
And she didn't even want to tell me because she was just like kind of like, I'm ground. But
Oh,
these
not
are
that
the
one.
reasons why it is so important. It doesn't matter how old you are. Tell your people who you're gonna be with, where you're gonna be at, like all that. Like in my mind, I think of the movie Taken. Like, yeah, it's just a movie. But at the same time, there's always like people out here plotting in the world. So it's just
Mhm.
better to know, to let people know who you're going to be.
Where you at?
And just
Yeah,
for
where you're
medical
at, where
reasons,
you're gonna be.
anything can happen during the time you're away. Like, just let people know. It's that simple. Even as a grown woman, like my friends are even like, where are you gonna be at? Or, they'll just ask me like simple shit. And I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna be here. But they want to know because they care genuinely. And if something happens to me, they want to know, like, okay, she should have been back by Tuesday. Like, where are you, babe?
Right.
So, I mean, it's just important. Tell your friends, tell somebody what's going on. Don't just up and leave.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really unfortunate situation, and in this case, she was supposed to be amongst friends. And
That part.
in the beginning, they had tried to say that there was no foul play, but there was a video that surfaced that was going around on Facebook. One of our fellow podcasters, Lovely T, shouts out to Lovely T. This is her footage that was from her site originally. Um, I'm just gonna let you guys look at the video. I don't even think I can watch it again, and then we'll talk, and then we'll discuss more.
I haven't seen the video, so here we go.
All
Not
right.
happy
I
about
don't even think I can watch it.
it. Oh, sorry.
Alicia, this happened about 2 weeks ago. Shanquilla Robinson went to Mexico with her friends. She arrived early on Friday the 28th, and her family says the next morning she was dead. It was supposed to be a fun, long weekend for 25-year-old Shanquilla Robinson and her group of friends who went to Cabo to celebrate one of their birthdays.
She told me they had a chef. They was getting ready to eat. They was eating tacos, some salad or something they was eating. And I said, well, okay, I love you. Have a good night, and I will talk to you tomorrow. And I never talked to my child again, and she never made it back home.
Robinson's mom, Salamandra, says within 24 hours of her daughter's arrival, she was dead. Figuring out how or why has only added to the family's nightmare. It started with a frantic call from Robinson's friends.
They said she wasn't feeling well. She had alcohol poisoning. They couldn't get a pulse. Each one of the people that was there with her was telling different stories.
It's when the family made calls to the FBI and Mexican authorities that they learned of another potential cause of death.
The autopsy came back. They said it didn't have anything to do with alcohol. Said that she had been, she had a broken neck, and her spine in the back was cracked. She had been beaten.
Salamandra says the entire group came back from Mexico, leaving her daughter's body there. Nearly 2 weeks and $6,000 later, her body is back home. But answers have been hard to come by.
I know that's not going to bring my child back, but I want something done about it.
Queen City News has spoken with officials at the U.S. State Department in Mexico, who refute the claim that Robinson was murdered, saying the police's initial indication is that there was no clear evidence of foul play. Here in Charlotte, her family refuses to believe their daughter's death was an accident, and they vow to find the truth of what happened that night in Cabo.
She had a heart of gold. She loved everybody, and pretty much everybody loved her.
So that's the first one. And then if you look at the next, I think you're pulling it up right now, this is the actual one of the fight.
Is there another one behind that?
Yeah, it should be on that same clip on there. If not, I will queue it up for you and resend it. So you can see there that like basically she went on the trip with her friends. It was supposedly all good. And then all of a sudden, it turned into something totally different, And so, oh, did you stop it?
Well, that was the end of that video.
Okay, let me, here, let me send you. Let me see here. Okay, let's see.
That is so crazy. Oh my
So
God.
crazy. It's
So,
insane. Like I can't even imagine. Like I said, I don't even know what I would do.
so Carly, 1 second and let's take a shot. Carly,
Mhm.
1 second, let's take a shot in like 1 second. Shot. Okay.
Okay, so that was our first shot. We needed to take that shot because what you guys are about to see is incredibly violent and super sad. So I have it all queued up for you, Essie. So go ahead. Like this is the actual fight. So this is a trigger warning right now. If you don't want to see something violent, if you don't want to see something extremely disturbing, please like look away from your screen or do whatever you need to do for like the next 40 seconds. Okay. All right.
Here we go.
Okay. I'm gonna look away.
Quilla, can you at least fight back?
Oh. Oh. Oh.
At least something.
Oh.
At least
Oh,
fight back,
Stop
something.
it! Oh my God. What the
Okay. I'm actually glad that it stopped because like I can't, like it's so upsetting. Like I don't even
I'm
understand
shaking.
how
I'm
somebody
shaking.
can like record. Like how could you just be standing there watching that and like encouraging it? And I guess like the whole thing isn't clear. I'm not really clear on whether or not that person was biologically a woman or not. The person that was hitting Shaquilla. Um Shaquilla is a biological woman, and as you could tell in the video, she's also naked. She's extremely vulnerable, and it looked like they had already been fighting her for a long time because she's so weak.
I don't understand why they were recording for one. I don't understand like why she wasn't like screaming stop or
That's what I said. Why wasn't she screaming? The only thing I could think of is she was so tired. Or maybe they drugged her. Because if you look in the thing, the guy goes, "You're not even gonna fight her back," and then he goes, and then she goes, "No." Like, did you hear that? She goes,
mm-mm.
"No." Like she can barely speak. So maybe she was drugged. Maybe I don't. I would be screaming bloody murder if somebody was hitting me like that. Like you couldn't just hit me like that, and then the whole neighborhood wouldn't know.
Yeah, like there's gonna be a lot of noise going on. I mean, that was just very that was disturbing because it was just looked like more like she was kicking her ass and she
It
wasn't
wasn't a
fighting
fight.
back.
It was a straight beating. There was no fight there.
That's what
She
I
wasn't
mean.
fighting
That's what
back.
I'm saying. Like she's not even defending herself. She's not fighting back. Like what the fuck? Like that was the oddest ever thing. I don't know. Disturbing, as you said.
So yeah. So as you can see on there, I don't think.
And again, why were they filming? So who turned in the filming?
So that's the thing. They don't say that on how it got leaked. They don't say that in terms of like who put it up. I don't know if someone went on live. I don't know if like one of their friends had got the video somehow and told people about it. Like I don't really understand how the video got out. But as you can see, it's all over the internet, and I guess there's an even longer version. So, and I can't even imagine watching a longer version. It's like 40 seconds and I was already in tears, and I've already seen that video because I obviously had to do my research for this piece. And I just kept on thinking the whole time about her mom, and like, her mom in the video clip before was like, my baby went on vacation and now she's just gone, and she was only 25. So, I mean, I don't know. Keep your friends closer, your enemy closer. I guess not in this case. I don't know.
And sometimes there's just no way. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's like hardly a way to tell that, people are like jealous of you like that. Like, how do you know that?
It's
I mean, she went on this vacation. I'm sure she didn't suspect this was going to be the last time.
Or even even somebody said, well, like, oh, if the trans girls, I don't even know if they were trans girls. Like obviously there's a guy recording, and I might be making assumptions, but he sounds like he's gay. And then from what I understand, that person that was hitting Shaquilla in the video that had on the wig, that then the wig comes off because they hit her so hard that their wig falls off.
That's what that was. I didn't even know it. I was like, what was that?
Yeah. I think that's I'm almost positive that's a man. So it's like that's not even fair. Like, I mean, it's not a man, a person who has the strength of a man is hitting you. Like, I don't even understand how that's right. And like, I don't understand how they're saying, and the Mexican police are trying to say that there's no foul play. Like, what the fuck? How do you get a fucking broken spine and a fractured skull by yourself?
And that's common, right? Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, like I don't know how that happened. So anyways, so far, according to WCNC Charlotte, so far no one in the group has facing charges related to the alleged assault on Robinson or her death. They said that the statute gives the FBI and the State Department the ability to investigate the murder of the U.S. citizen in a foreign country at the hands of another U.S. citizen, but those are the limitations. If the foreign country is unwilling to prosecute the individual, they can exercise that jurisdiction. So basically, if Mexico doesn't want to do anything, these people could totally just go scot-free. And I think that's what's even more sad. And then that makes me think, like, did they deliberately do that knowing that they could go to Mexico and basically get away with murder? So,
and what kind of signal is that sending to other people? Like,
oh, well, yeah, now that people know that there's this fucking loophole, are they gonna fucking start taking people down to Mexico so they can fucking murder them?
I mean, people already said you got to watch your back as an American in Mexico. So, I mean, I didn't know how serious it was, as I walked around like an idiot, lost, like, anything could happen to me while I was out there, and I had no clue. But it's a very dangerous place, and you do need to be careful and watch your surroundings. It is no place to play with, for sure. And there are so many loopholes in Mexico. So yeah, definitely be careful of where you're going.
Yeah.
Where you're going.
I guess the only like glimmer of light and hope in this little situation is that yesterday the state's attorney general office of Baja California Sur said that the case has been reopened as a femicide and that they will continue the investigation. So originally it was closed by the local police, and now it's been reinvigorated by the Mexican Attorney General's office down in Baja California. So we can only hope and pray that those investigators are able to get more information and hopefully bring these people to justice, because just from that little clip you just saw, you see there's no way that girl deserved that.
Not at all.
So I hope that you rest in peace and
justice for Shaquilla
Robinson, and I hope that her family has comfort and peace during this difficult time as much as they can. Mm-hmm. So this drink is for you, baby girl.
Drink is for you. Damn.
Yeah. So that definitely that was my top story this week. I was really sad to have to do that one, but I definitely wanted to make sure that we, bring some attention to things that are happening out here to the young ladies out here. It's nothing nice in these streets. So
yeah, it's so crazy too.
I don't know. I don't even know what to say. I guess that brings me to like, everybody kept on saying like, oh, why'd she go on the trip if they knew that she didn't like her? But like, would you think that something like that's gonna happen to you? I don't know. That goes to like women and friendships and all of that. And like, I know I've heard you say before, Essie, that like you don't even have that many girlfriends. You prefer to have guy friends for that same reason, the jealousy and everything between girl packs.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, so, like I just recently tried to take a trip with a girls to San Diego, and that was no bueno. I lightweight got hated on.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
I don't know what happened, but I told them, like, first of all, they had a group of girls going. Too many girls booked the flight, and I booked mine early because I was like, I'm going. I know you. I'm coming to San Diego anyway. I'm going to be there. Period. Point blank. So I
Okay.
they waited till about, I don't know, probably too many chicks were booking, and then they were like, hold up, wait a minute, we've got too many people booking, we're just gonna have this amount, so now we're gonna create a special group, and everybody who's in this special group can come, you know. And I'm just like, what? So I hit the main lady up that runs the group and was like, look, I'm gonna
So
be
they were trying to do like a Mean Girls club, like everybody can go but you.
Yes. And I was like, look, I already booked my ticket. Like, it is what it is. I'm gonna be there. So how about I just meet you guys on the beaches with the bottles of champagne? You know, hey, y'all go do your thing, and I'll just meet you on the beach with the champagne because it was mimosas on the beach. And they wanted to do all this other party stuff, party buses and stuff. And I was like, you know, I've done that. I'm Gucci on that. I don't need to do all that breakfast here and there. I don't need to do all that. I just want to go to the beach and drink mimosas. That was my whole reason of even signing up for this thing. I saw beach on the mimosas on the beach, and I was like, hell yeah. So we get to the airport, and I'm not knowing any of them. I'm just like, dang, I don't know none of these chicks, but it's all good. I'm trying to expand my horizons and network with new women. And so they're kind of already cliquish, I can tell. So I'm just like, I was like, you know what? Hey, I'm gonna be here, but I'm gonna meet up with you guys later because I actually got some things I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go check and go through Mexico, see if I can hook up with the dentist, da da da. You know, I got things I gotta do anyway. So they were like, I was like, oh, okay, right? You bitches is bougie, but it's all good. So they're texting me all along, and then like they get to their little restaurant, they still haven't eaten. Mind you, I've had breakfast and everything at whatever I went to, and I'm just like, damn, these bitches still ain't had breakfast. I was I'm ready to go chill on the beach. Like, what are we doing? You still ain't no breakfast? So now I'm like annoyed, but then I'm like, I'll just wait on them. These bitches never fucking text me back after that. After I showed them bottles of champagne I had bought and everything. I said, I'm ready, whatever. Whenever y'all just call me, tell me you're at the beach, and I'll meet you there. These bitches never fucking called me.
So these skeezers drank up your champagne and then dipped out.
Oh, they didn't even drink the champagne. They just didn't text me at all. After I sent the picture of all the bottles of champagne I bought, they didn't fucking like say, hey, we're here, nothing. It was almost like this bitch ain't about to outshine us. I don't fucking know. Bitch, bye.
No, haters gonna hate.
I put them in your fridge. You feel me?
Well, thank you, salty bitches, because I came up on some champagne. I was very happy when I came back from vacation.
But you know, it just reminded me that, you know, everybody ain't meant to be in my presence anyway. I was like, already, like, you ain't.
I mean, but honestly though, thank God that they just did that. They didn't fucking meet you in the hotel room and then fucking jump you and kill you. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
right,
I guess
because they could have tried to beat me on the beach and drink my champagne. You feel me? Fuck you, bitches.
Yeah. So, well, because of all of this, I did some research on jealousy because I felt like this must have arrived someplace from some point of jealousy. Like when I was doing my research, it said that Shaquilla had paid for most of the vacation. She had paid the $6,000 for the suite. They were there celebrating. She was the one that was successful, and like they were basically riding on her coattails. So there was obviously some kind of jealousy someplace within the group. And the different types of jealousy, like mainly in females, it arises from comparison, competition, and the fear of losing a mate or potential partner. It says that women tend to be more jealous than men in a range of situations and seem to suffer from more emotional jealousy than from sexual jealousy. Sexual jealousy is more of a male trait. So this also made me think, this was according to everydaylife.com or .org. I didn't write down which URL it was. Anyways, it made me think about the part about the sexual jealousy, because these people were transitioning, or maybe they weren't transitioning, but they were trans, were they secretly jealous of her because she
For
was
sure.
biologically a woman
For
and
sure.
she was successful? And like, where was all this coming from? Like, I don't want to speculate, but it's like, what could she, did she take your man and that's why you had to kill her? Like, I'm so confused.
I feel like it's a crazy thing, but I feel like when you are a genuine person, it's a genuine energy that you have where you're just in a state of just zero fucks given. You're kind of in your own flow. You're in your own thing. You're doing good. You're just kind of in your flow. People are jealous of that flow because they've got so much going on that they're not in a flow and they're out of sync. And when they see you in sync, they do not like that shit. That shit fucks with their head. And that was the problem. She was in sync with herself. She was happy with where she was at. She was so happy. She was willing to share the happiness. Like, come on, bitches. You ain't got it. I got you. Come on, we going anyway. Girl, we gonna do this anyway. We gonna have a good time anyway. And look what happened. Them bitches still hated on her.
Still hated on her. That's a damn shame. You know, it almost makes you want to do like some vigilante shit that, like, you know, that's what actually brings me to our next story. Because like when you hear things like this happen in the world, it's like, don't you sometimes want to like do some vigilante shit? Don't you
Bro,
sometimes think about being like the anti-hero? Like
girl,
you hear them, oh, these people got
hell
away with murder, killed
yes.
this sweet little girl. She's only 25
Yes.
years old. Like, we should do some fucking Robin Hood shit.
Man.
Well, guess what? Guess what?
As
There's
the
a
mama.
dude down in Florida.
What? What?
And he was on some vigilante shit. Okay. So down in Florida, there's this dude that he decided that he was going to be a vigilante, and he was going to be a vigilante against child molesters.
Oh, yes.
So I'm not mad at where his energy is, but
at all.
How he wanted to go about it was a little over the top. So he wanted to barbecue all the child molesters. He wanted to get a little, yeah, he wanted to get a child molester on the Barbie.
Well done, please. I get them well done. I like them well done. Nice and crispy. Can I have mine nice and crispy, please?
According to Eyewitness 7 News, it says a man in Kissimmee, Florida, is in jail after he was accused of trying to kill sex offenders, authorities say. They say that according to investigators, that Jorge Porto Sierra, who was 50, was tried to set men on fire who had been charged with 4 counts of attempted, and he's been charged with 4 counts of attempted premeditated murder. He says that
fund me account for him.
they probably do. And he confessed to deputies that he tried to kill multiple people.
To kill all these bastards. Trying to burn all these motherfuckers.
Yeah, he basically was. He wasn't having it. He did it at the Friendly Village Inn.
Don't tell me you're a child molester either.
He said that he arrived at the motel to barbecue all the child molesters on fire and to kill them. He said that 2 of the 4 victims are actually convicted sex offenders. Witnesses told deputies that he made several threats, screaming, "I'm going to kill you, you fucking child molester," and began throwing gasoline on their front door. When asked by the deputies why he did not carry out his threats, Porto Sierra said, "You got here too soon." So the police literally just got there too soon. He was like, "You got here too soon."
Yeah, man, you got here way too soon, man. Why you let me finish?
They're holding him on bond right now.
So you mean he didn't even get him?
No, he only got 2. He let me see here. Did he actually kill 2 of them? I'm gonna kill you. Yeah. So 2 of the 4 victims were actually, he tried. He didn't actually get them.
Damn. Fucking
But I
police.
mean,
You would show up on time for that bullshit.
but
You would show up
but
on
would you
time
be
for that
mad
bullshit.
though? Right. When my car is getting stolen and my chihuahua's in it, they don't give a shit.
When there's kids getting shot up in the school, your ass took your sweet fucking time, but your ass
Right.
show up for the child molesters.
Yeah, right. I don't know. So how's that for being a vigilante?
Right around the corner. We're here. Save them. Motherfuckers.
Would you be a crusader? Would you be a vigilante, Essie?
Vigilante. I was just thinking that when I heard the story about the mom, I was like, man, if I was the mom, I would, Lord have mercy on my soul. I guess I'd be locked up the rest of my goddamn life with some shit. I find justice somehow, some way. I tell you that right now. By all means necessary. Fuck what you heard. Send me to jail.
Right?
It is what it is. Life. Whatever. It is what it is. I'll take it. Don't fuck with mine. Won't be no.
Yeah.
Start none, won't be none.
Don't start none, won't be none is right. I don't know. I could see myself being a vigilante.
I'll be like that movie Double Jeopardy. We gonna figure out a goddamn way, motherfuckers.
Oh my goodness, I can't.
I don't fuck around.
Yeah.
I'm patient. Whatever I gotta do, I'm patient. Don't trip. We gonna figure it out. Trust and believe. I don't got time.
I don't know.
So
I what? Tell me.
I have been dating recently, and I wanted to talk a little bit on the dating scene for those that are getting into the cuddle season.
Okay.
I feel like we need to give some pointers to those who are out dating and are trying to get it on with the next one, right?
Okay.
So, my pointers for women and men. Should I start with the women first?
Yeah, start with the ladies first.
Start with I don't know. I'm just gonna give 3 because I don't got like a whole list, and I'm just kind of coming off the top of my head from what I've heard and what I've seen and what I've experienced. Women.
Okay.
So women, first and foremost, we got to stop having our hands out. Okay.
What do you mean by that?
Like you can't come into the dating world like looking for his pockets. Okay, we understand you do want a man who's got his shit going on, of course, but you can't like just be like, I need you to pay bills or
Essie, I'm not a gold digger, but I'm not fucking with no bro. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that, and I understand that.
I can't do it. I'm sorry. I cannot do it.
Obviously, you want a man with a job. Okay, so if you fine.
No, I don't want a man with a job. I want a man that could do better for me than I could do for myself. Why I'm fucking with you if you can't do like if I'm already gonna have to be struggling to pay the bills, why I want to be with you and still struggle to pay the bills and have another mouth to feed?
Okay, that's understandable, but like, are we portraying this as the desire off top? Like,
yes. Yes, I'm not trying to come into this world like I'm some independent woman. Nope, I traded all for a husband and the kids. You can have me barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen right now. What's up? Highest bidder. Where you at?
You know, for some guys that works, but not for all guys. And you got to know who you're dealing with, maybe, because there's some guys that are all for that, and there's other guys that are not. Like right now, I think we're transitioning into a lot of men that are not. More so they're
because they want their cake and they want to eat it too. They want to still be able to fuck. They want to still be able to do all their shit, but they don't want to have to make a commitment. They don't want to have to marry you. They don't want to have to take care of you. They don't want to have to do shit. And I'm sorry, I'm a fucking lady. You're gonna have to do all that for me to be. You're gonna have to do everything, because if you're not gonna do everything, then I can already do what I'm doing for myself. So why want your funky ass laying up underneath me? I gotta pick up your drawers up off the floor too. I already gotta pick up my drawers up off the floor. I'm not trying to pick up your drawers, my drawers, and the kids' drawers. Like, no, I'm not trying to do that. If you're just trying to leave me where I was at when you met me, then you could just leave me where you met me.
Okay, but like it's teamwork, and you guys gotta come together, and you gotta like.
No, I'm too old for that. The teamwork is for when you're 20. Teamwork is for when you 25. I'm 40. I need you to be established. I need you to have everything together because you know what? I can't be like trying to believe in your potential at this point. If you haven't done it by now, I mean this is it. This is who you are. Well, you're gonna fucking all of a sudden become no.
So you want the man to be able to just come in and take care of you, period.
Look, let me show you something right now. When somebody asks me, what do I bring? This is the table. I am the fucking table. I bring the fucking table. I'm the fucking table. So what else can you do for me besides what I can't do for myself? And if you can't do more than what I'm doing for myself, are you truly adding value to my life?
Okay, but to argue the point, a lot of men will say there's many tables out there. So what makes your table?
Exactly my point. There are many tables out there. So why am I gonna pick the broke ass table that's gonna treat me bad, not be faithful, and do whatever when I could pick, maybe this other table over here that's like, the nerdy table that's gonna act right and buy me things and take me on trips. Hi, nerdy table, how you doing? Holler at your girl Carlucci. I'm trying to hang out with the nerdy table that acts right. I'm over the good looking tables.
I feel that. I feel that. That's true. That's true. Okay. Well, I mean, it just depends on who you're talking to because there's some guys that prefer a woman to like hold her own, and then see, those are the guys. Honestly, those are the guys that have the shit. They just want to see that you're not all about that. Women, like you can't just come out with your hands out. They got
No,
it.
you shouldn't. No, I agree with you there. You shouldn't come with your hand out. Like I'm not a fucking. Like you shouldn't be a charity case.
That part.
Like you should already have your stuff together. What I'm saying is like if you have your shit together to a certain degree, don't backtrack it. Is what I'm saying.
Exactly. And I feel like for sure they'll come with it, like because any man that's a man is gonna want to take care of his. But a lot of the women are coming out with their hands out, like, what are you gonna do for me? And they're just like turned off by
I feel the opposite.
What do you mean by that?
I feel like nowadays they don't want nothing. They don't know how to have a man like come for them. They just give it all away on the first thing. And so there's nothing for the man to get. And that's why men are acting crazy like this.
Some women are doing that because some women don't
Girl,
value and they don't know that.
These new girls, they don't know. They'll go out on a date, pay for half of the date, and then fuck on the first date.
Oh, don't do that.
Bitches, you fucking it up. Not only for me, but for yourself. Like, what are you guys doing? Get it together. Keep your fucking legs closed.
Please, by all means, because a lot of the men are getting lazy too. I've had
but they're lazy because they're allowed to be lazy. They can get away with the bare minimum and still get trim.
Yeah, I've heard, I've seen and been asked a few lazy questions, and I'm just like, whoa, you lazy as fuck. And so
my girlfriend told me the other day, she read me a text from a guy that she had met, I guess, a couple of years back, and then like somehow they reconnected. I don't remember whatever the fucking story was, but his text messages were like, yo, WYD. Like, what the fuck? Are we fucking 16? Like, I need substance. I need you to be like, hello, how was your day?
Yeah.
Do you need anything?
Yeah.
Can I get you a fucking back rub?
Yeah.
Can I buy you a house? Yes.
Oh God, can we buy you a house? Okay, she's moving fast.
Buy me a house.
I just need conversation.
I need grand gestures.
Like I just need more than the good morning and the how was your day and the good night. Like I need more than that. Like let me know that I'm of interest to more than just the basic of hi, good morning, how was your day, good night. Those four, like that shit's so fucking basic. Like you guys have to do more of just talking, and the texting is okay, but the conversation rules the nation always. So the texting is, I mean, it's manageable, but at some point or another, you got to talk on the phone. It's just, Lord. Okay.
Well, on that one, I think maybe I'm more like, showing my true millennial status, because I'm like, I don't want to fucking talk to you on the phone. Text me. I'm like, please don't fucking call me. I'm like, I have nothing. In fact, unless we're gonna have like a deep, meaningful conversation, which I would much rather do in person, while I'm looking at you and I can see you and I can smell you and I can know what's real and what's not. I don't really want to talk to you on the phone. Like, you're not my girlfriend. We're not catching up. I want you to take me to do things and activities so that I can get to know you. I want you to feed me. I want you to pat me on my back, tell me I'm cute, and roll me a blunt. Like, that's what I want you to do.
Right. Okay. Then another thing I've noticed is, like, a lot of the times the guys don't have a solid plan. So they're just dragging you along. Like, there's no solid plan. Even if they like you, there's like no solid plan. And it's just like, I don't.
Because guys they're not, what's going on with you guys? I need to talk to some guys. I wish we should have, you know what? I should have. Next time I'm
for
gonna do
another
this. You guys,
time. Right
you
now,
guys, next time I'm gonna enable it so that you guys can text us in real time, because I turned it off on this one. But next time I'm gonna put it to where you guys can message us so that we can hear from some guys.
Okay. But that's just one thing. Have solid plan. But for the women have to be open to more than just going out to dinners. Like, we need to be more open to just, like, I feel like we need to be more open to just simpler things. Like, it doesn't always have to be like an expensive dinner to me, because a lot of times it's just a meet and greet. Like, so I just need to feel your vibe. It doesn't have to be dinner where I'm feeling your vibe. It can be coffee. It can be.
I have suggestions for you.
What?
Well, no, I have suggestions for you. According to this, you should do short activities, to see if you're compatible with your person, instead of doing the awkward, we're gonna go to fucking dinner and act like we've been hanging out for forever, or I'm gonna go to fucking coffee and we're gonna have 20 awkward pauses. Go do an activity with the person. Go do meet them for axe throwing for an hour. You feel me?
Yeah.
Go do a painting, a sipping, whatever the fucking sipping paint.
Exactly.
So go do certain activity. Go do a rock climbing.
Creativity. Yeah.
Right. And then also, this allows you to see the person's personality, and if you're able to work well together, so that if you would be a good team, I think that those are kind of some of the best dates. So like, if you can get your guy that you're dating or talking to book an activity for you, that's a really good way to kind of break the ice and for you guys to get past the awkward stage.
Most definitely. Go break some dishes. Ooh. Do the maze. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, one of my favorite ones that I did so far was actually a cooking class. And that was really, really fun, because you got to be in the kitchen together and they put you in teams. So it's like whoever you came with, and then within the class, they had a little competition. So like, me and my partner were like competing against the other people to like try to make the best dessert or whatever it was the fuck that we were making. And it was really cute,
I love it. Yeah.
Definitely suggest stuff like that.
I love a man that can cook too. That's awesome.
Right? Show me your skills in the kitchen.
Yeah. And I would just say, like, have some conversation. Both parties need to have some conversation. The not knowing what to say, just, you gotta have some conversation. I've met a couple people that just have no conversation, and it's just like, what am I supposed to do with this? Like, I can't create.
Well, to your point, what you should do before you go out on a date, in case you guys don't know, for dating etiquette, is you should kind of maybe peruse so say the newspaper, but I mean, I know nobody reads the newspaper anymore, but like go online and look at some current events, go online and look at some interesting things to talk about. Maybe there's an art exhibit that came to your town. Maybe there's, something interesting that happened in the news that day that you can discuss so that you have some topics to talk about. And you're not just sitting there, trying to play 21 questions on the very first date.
Those little card games are really nice to have too, that help you ask questions.
The icebreaker ones?
Yes, those are really good actually. I had a card, I still have it somewhere around here, but it's a really good way to break the ice because it asks good questions. So that's also a good one. But that's pretty much all I had to say, just off top, just the basic stuff, look good, smell nice when you meet the person, basic stuff. Do we have any more stories before we get out of here? I think we had one more. I can't remember.
I do. Well, what's funny is we're talking about online dating and just dating in general. And sometimes we all get lonely and maybe we might watch an adult video or two or whatever. I don't know. Maybe you might do something like that. Maybe you might not. Anyways, I feel like we all have before. Anyways, so there was recently, sorry, I'm trying to readjust my camera. Am I moving all over the place, you guys? Do you like it? There was a guy in North Carolina and he received a bill and he was like, where'd this bill come from? Well, apparently the guy's bichon frisé had ordered the frisé. I always say that wrong. Bichon frisé. It's a French word. It means a fucking fuzzy little bougie ass dog. It's those fluffy little white dogs. That's the bichon frisé. They look like perfect little fluffy white clouds. Anyways, the dog somehow had ordered over almost $100 in direct TV charges. The dog was a literal horn dog.
Oh God.
He somehow managed to get on the Hustler channel and just keep on ordering movies and ordering movies and ordering movies. So he got a bill from his dog. The dog ended up ordering a pricey adult services on his satellite TV. The owner, Thomas Barnes of the Riley area, there you go. There's a bichon frisé. He had to dispute the charges with DirecTV after his literal horn dog had managed to order the movies. And yeah, so he called and he tried to dispute the charges and basically don't leave your remote where people can get their paws on them.
Keep paws on the remote.
Speaking of paws,
the real definition of keep paws off my remote. Dang, I love that. That is so funny. Yeah. Wow.
So that was my little wrap up story for the night. I hope you enjoyed that.
That dog was super cute too. How can you be mad at your dog for doing that? Dogs are crazy.
Right? How could you? Oh, I guess I could be mad at my dogs. They're always trying to ruin the show at the very end.
The dog was like, look, don't be mad at me if I do that shit.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
So we're at the end of the show, and you know what that means. I'm gonna do the horoscope for this week. We are actually in our last week of Scorpio.
Yes.
It is Saggy season coming. So I guess we should go ahead and get on that, yeah?
Okay.
So let's see here. This is the horoscope for Scorpio, November 20th. Be optimistic and have a good attitude as you go about your week, Scorpio, especially today. Get ready for the week ahead. You're gonna have lots of challenges coming up. Let's see here. Basically overall it has a good forecast for this week. It wants you to be trepidatious but yet adventurous. So be careful, but still go for the journey. And basically it wants you to work on your attitude. It says, you know, that maybe you might have been feeling stingy a little bit this last couple of weeks, or like you haven't had enough time. Now's the time to go ahead and open up and to be ambitious and driven. Launch that business and you will see rapid success. Make headway towards what you want to do and your objectives in life. Go ahead and expand that network. Get to your connections. Actually, I told you this last week too. I told you to reach out to people that you wouldn't normally. As far as your family issues deserve your undivided attention as you work to try to find solutions. The young ones in the family need your help right now, and they need to get footing. So if you're a Scorpio, you need to try to be that good support base for your family. You might find a great guide also for yourself who can ease your worries with sound advice. So if you're a Scorpio and like you're feeling like you need to get grounded, you need to find somebody out there that can kind of be your rock right now. As far as your career, you're likely to be put in charge of a major initiative. So make sure that you are going out there and being headstrong in terms of your business. And for your health, the negative effects of excess can be taxing on your health. And we know you Scorpios like to wow out. So try and keep it a little calm, and make sure you listen to your body. And as far as your love for this week, Scorpios who are in a committed relationship and are in the marriageable state might be giving it some thought. It is cuffing season coming up, as they say. So make sure that you're keeping your romantic connection strong. And if anything has happened, you might want to forgive that partner, because Scorpio, you be acting crazy too. And that's what I got for you guys this week.
Hey, that's what's up. All right. Well, thank you for tuning into another episode of Dirty Talk Vegas. And until next time, we hope to see you and
Safe sex
and
and paycheck. We'll see you guys next week. It's Carlucci. I love you guys. Mwah.